Well, we're back here again having coffee and breakfast with me. Your host, Eric Knight, and welcome. So I'm gonna lower this I'm gonna lower the steering wheel, and that is my special effect for the morning. Yeah, so I actually don't have any food right now. I am the food. And I'm just gonna drink espresso and talk to you fine people. And yes, I also got two because one is never enough, especially for me, who is a coffee, I don't know if the word is addict or junkie. It's pretty much addict at this point, but I love my espresso, and whoa! Yeah, I thought I'd bring my own filter today because, you know, the Facebook ones aren't just doing it for me. Yes, Waffles. Hello, Heather. Hello, Colin. Good morning. Breakfast and coffee with me. I hope your isolation is going well. I am off today, so clearly it's going well for me. I definitely needed something to drink, and I didn't want to make it at home because, you know, it's always nicer when somebody makes it for you. But stay home and get what you need. And I don't know, I'm giving you mixed messaging. But it's probably going to be the best part of my day, and hopefully the best part of yours. And I don't know what else to tell you. I didn't have anything prepared. I never really do. I'm just talking out of my hootenanny, as the kids call it. How do you like my waffle? This was supposed to be in the next Trek Finds, but I haven't done it yet. It's been sitting there since 2017, so story's written, or wrote, it's written, and I'm pretty much ready to go, but I don't know, I must have stage fright or something, because there's no excuse to stop the Trek Finds at this point. I've actually been secretly collecting, different finds, things that are not just toys anymore, like stage props from the show, and like really like obscure things that aren't just toys that everybody can have. So I think that's really cool. My goal is to have a set piece from Star Trek The Next Generation, like preferably a costume, nothing too small. And yeah, just like really want to get some like ultra rare authentic things. So yeah, I also started a self-challenge yesterday where I am giving up for 10 days. Hold on. Hold the horse. Taco Bell. That wasn't good enough. Taco Bell. I am giving up fast food for 10 days as a self-challenge. I did say before, my body is not affected. Well, guess what? I was wrong. It's getting affected because, you know, having fast food and then having dinner and then eating chips and things doesn't really work. So, with no exercise or any activities, like, you do need to actually do something to burn that off. So, I guess, what is it? You take in less calories than you're burning and you can lose weight or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. Good morning, Beata. I'm going to wave to you, virtual wave. The virtual worm as well. Yes, I don't know how to do the worm, but someday I might learn. And then there's this backwards worm I'm learning about, you 80s people. 80s babies or 70s babies or 60s babies. I don't know. There's like a worm, but then you can do the worm backwards. That just looks hard and challenging. And great. Like, I just need to be doing the worm all the time. I wouldn't even drive. I would just worm to work and worm home. Hello, Marissa! Good morning! Have some coffee! Because that's the trick to isolation. Everybody needs some coffee, so... Or espresso at this point. I am just drinking espresso with an inch of hot water. That is my jam. Like, no cream, no fixins, no syrup in this waffle. I'm just drinking straight up espresso. And can you tell? And this is what the doctor ordered, right? Uncle Stan the man! He's watching from home, too! Hi, how's it going? Is everyone's isolation doing well? Hopefully you're getting some work done around the house. I painted a room myself, and I guess I could do that later today. Paint party 2.0 maybe. This is Coffee with Eric 2.0 as well. And you know I'm documenting this whole COVID craziness experience. Yeah, so definitely trying to keep the boredom at bay, but with me, there is no try. It is just always at bay, because how can you be bored wearing a waffle? I don't know. I might have gone through the drive-thru like this. I did. And hopefully they don't put this against my criminal record, because why don't you take me seriously is the question. Maybe, I don't know. I think they do. So I'm trying not to be a hard ass. So yeah, look at the waffle go. Ugh, that hit the wrong pipe. Okay, the first cup went in the Taco Bell bag successfully. Oh my god, Taco Bell, I miss you so much. It's already been a day. I looked at my bank account. It's like S-Box, Taco Bell, S-Box, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Burger King. That's my life. So, because there's nothing else to do. I tried going to Dollarama, and it has these Bristol board signs saying, yes, we're open, but they're not on Sunday. So they should take that down, because that was disappointing and I was enraged. So you can Uber Eats while I'm here. It is backwards for you people who are dyslexic, can read this just fine. Tell the bell, oh, what am I saying? No, Uber Eats, Taco Bell, and I should get an endorsement from Taco Bell at this point, because we're best friends. If you do go to Taco Bell, and a lot of people think it's bad, or you'll be in the bathroom and have the scoots, maybe you will, but most likely you won't, because they changed the recipe in 2016, and it is now the healthiest fast food place to go. So on every receipt, I keep saying this, on every receipt, there is a Tell the Bell survey. So you can tell the bell what you thought of the service. It takes like a minute. Like, I have that saved in my favorites. But just tellthebell.ca, and you can get a free taco on every purchase made. Hello, and hello to everybody. Good morning. I'm just ranting on about Taco Bell again. You know, my second true love. That and Waffles and Robin. All the things. So, tell the bell, and then the best part is, if you go to one of those KFC combo stores, you can get a cheesecake. Not a full cake, but a slice of cheesecake. But you have to tell them, because there's another option. I don't know if it's like nachos or something. Like, why would you not want cheesecake, is my question to everybody. So, tell the bell if you're going there. What else? Is anybody doing anything fun today? Can you let me know? Because I'm looking for things to do, which is nothing. So, any good shows other than Tiger King? Any good shows? I heard season 2 is starting. Of course it is. They're going to dive into Carol Baskin and find out what happened to her dead husband, because everyone's so curious. And maybe Trump will pardon Joe Exotic, and that would be like spot on for his base, because, you know, I think Trump is Joe Exotic, but they're just like the rich version, and then the crazy Tiger King. Like, I don't know. It was like if Trump took a different path in life, that would be Joe Exotic. Like, they're about the same person, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry I'm not wearing my mask right now. I hope nobody's too triggered. I'm in my self-isolated vehicle. I'm actually parked in my driveway this time. I don't know, I just feel like the car is the way to go for these Coffee with Eric seminars that you guys are getting, whether you like it or not. And what else is there to talk about? I don't even know. Like, I'm just a chatty Cathy. I have a diffuser in my car. It's not on right now because my car is off, but I think they're pretty cool. It's USB powered. And you can put in your essential oils and make your car smell like peppermint or whatever you want it to. You can put in lots of really cool smells or oils and get a whole aroma scent while you're going down the road. So that's pretty cool, and there's different versions of that. I like the ones without the filter. There's some that El Cheapos that have these like filters that you have to replace, and that is not necessary. Don't get those. Just spend the extra $10 and get the better one, you know, when things are opened. Has anyone been getting Amazon deliveries? Hello, good morning. I don't know. I've ordered stuff. I'm still waiting. Where's my stuff? Because I just don't know where my stuff is. And, Amazon is hiring, was it 2,500 or something, 1,000 people to fulfill the increased orders. So if you need a job, Amazon. Like, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it myself. I don't want to put the miles on my vehicle, and that's why I'm not Uber Eatsing. Also, I'll eat their food. Like, that would be me. I would be like a sip and a nibble from everyone. And then I'd have my own stickers in the car from those establishments, and I would reseal them, and nobody would know. But that's also why I don't work for Uber Eats, and I work for this waffle company in Wisconsin. So, yeah. Oh, espresso does wonders, you know. Everybody needs it. I don't know how you brew your coffee at home. I prefer to have somebody make it for me, but we're talking about at home, so if it's at home, I have this espresso machine. Ooh, the squirrel is waving its tail. Oh, I want to get in on the action there. Look at that. I think it knows. Maybe it thinks I am legitimate food and it's after me. I don't know. But don't come for me, squirrel. I also have a family of skunks living under my shed in front of me, and every night I come home, I am very cautious that the big old skunk isn't going to spray me, and one of these days, good morning, one of these days that skunk is going to spray me, and I'm going to get it. So that is my big fear, that the skunk is going to spray me when I come home, or its babies, but I'm not disturbing the peace. We have a mutual respect agreement where the skunk lives under the shed and I live in the house. And then we're not going to move the things around, because if I go after the skunks, then the skunks will go after me. So we can't let that happen. Respect the nature. And, you know, like, that's healthy for your garden. Like, to have a family of possums or skunks or wildlife or things to be like living in your yard. Why destroy it? It's nature, and that's what nature is supposed to be. Like, we're not the only things on this planet, like, you know. So back to Tell the Bell. I don't know why I keep wanting to talk about Taco Bell so much, because that bag is there staring me in the face, and I'm gonna put it in the back seat because I don't want to talk about Taco Bell anymore, because we're breaking up for 10 days. So I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Tell the Bell and Taco Bell. What else is there to do today? Like, for real, like, maybe another paint party, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. My arm is pretty sore from all the yeehawing, but I don't know, like, it's pretty much like whatever there is to do, there's nothing. I don't know. I better not find any more cat puke to clean, because that is done. We're done. Well, it's never over, so I don't know. I found some yesterday, and it was just, I didn't have time. I was like, okay, Mr. Wilkins, it's your turn, because, like, I'm sick of doing this all the time. But no, it's not really anybody's job. But I don't know. I'm just, like, here in the car, wearing my waffle, sharing my lovely morning with you fine folks, and Tell the Bell. You could get a cheesecake at the combo store. Everybody needs to know that. The KFC combo store and the Uber Eats delivery. What other things is there to do or talk about in isolation? Are you guys going as crazy as me? Because I don't know. Like, why? Why am I doing this? I don't even know. But I'm enjoying myself. Like, feel like it's more time to connect with your people in your life and your friends. And, like, I don't know, I have people, like, talking to me. I'm like, who are you? You're friends of mine on Facebook? Okay. Like, why are you messaging me? But that's cute. Or Instagram, like, there's a lot of random people out there, like, talking to me all of a sudden, and that's pretty interesting. But I'm like, okay, you're from, like, Barcelona, and how do we know each other? Sorry, there's a lot of squirrels around, and they're distracting me. I don't know, what else? What else is there to do, guys? Like, okay, so I have to admit, I did have Doritos for breakfast, but I'm not counting that as fast food. That is shelf-stable food. There's a whole difference there, if you don't know. There are so many squirrels right now. It's really, like, too much. Too much, she said? I don't know. Is this a little too much? Did you bring the syrup? Hello, Piper. How are you up there in Timmins? Is there snow? I believe there is. Do you like the snow? I'm 50-50. I'm not a big snow person, but I actually have a trick. So every winter, I just tell myself, I love winter! And then I pretend I like it, and by the time I'm really actually got the winter blues and sick of it, it's over. It's all over. So, yeah. So, if you don't like winter, legitimately don't like it, just, like, trick yourself and play some mind games, because if you're like, oh my gosh, the snow's the best thing ever, and I get to make snowman and see those Christmas trees and all that, you know what? Like, by the time, like, February, March is happening, you're just, like, usually so over it by, like, December. But if you just keep going with those internal lies, then you will love winter and not hate it so much. So I don't know what it's like up there, but I don't know. My mom said when she was a kid, there was 9 feet of snow all the way to the ceiling. It's probably not the same anymore, but I know it's still pretty crazy. I definitely want to get back there. The snow was almost gone, but slowly coming back. Barf. Yeah, I believe it. And that's why I don't live in Timmins. But I loved Timmins when I'm gonna come back this year. Like, I'm gonna take my vacation, and hopefully I can sleep on your couch again, because that was really fun. And I want to do some more exploring. Like, in Timmins, they save power. This is my favorite thing. In Timmins, they save power by turning off the street lights. Like, you know, the stop and the go lights. They just turn them off at 7 p.m. Is it 7 p.m. still, Piper? And you just have to act like it's a 4-way stop. And that's their energy reduction idea, I guess. You know, I do like Timmins way more than Sudbury. Sudbury was interesting. That mayor just needs to fix the roads, because it's for somebody like me who doesn't know my way around there. You know, it's not very clear anymore what lane is what, and there's a lot of potholes, and the water tower is, like, half graffitied but half, like, fixed, and then it just says Schmumberry, and then you can't see the top of it. So I don't know what that's about, but, like, definitely, you know, Sudbury has some work to do in that department. Hello, Mr. Stewart. We meet again. Did you win for that vote for Tyler Stewart thing? I hope you did. That would be great to hear if you did. But if not, there's always next year, and you can just keep building and building on your celebrity. So, I don't know, just, it's nice to, like, get recognized like that, or in any aspect, and to put yourself out there. Out there is hard. Like, it's not always easy to just, like, push beyond your comfort zone. Like, for me, this is pushing myself beyond my comfort zone, believe it or not. Like, you know, I normally am a little more reserved and, you know, like a fine wine. Yeah. But, you know, doing things that you wouldn't do before, I think that's this whole isolation wherein, like, self-haircuts and learning how to do that was really cool. And then just what else? Like, painting. It just gives me an excuse to do the things that you normally wouldn't do. A lot of cleaning cat barf. Like, did everyone have a good Easter? Oh. That's the Doritos again. I did. I had a pretty good Easter. I actually got lucky this year and was able to lock down a turkey. So I don't know if everyone was able to find turkey or at least ham. By the way, Swiss Chalet. Swiss Chalet has the best and the quickest, I swear, delivery ever. Hello, Mr. Brandon Eddie. Yes, so if you didn't get to have a full Easter feaster, definitely try the Swiss Chalet home delivery service, because it is there for you, and it is thebomb.com/yourmom. So, I don't know. I think that Swiss Chalet gravy, that's what we had this year, was Swiss Chalet gravy. I gave Robin a hard time when I met him, because his gravy was, like, white and weird and gray, and, like, I was like, no, this isn't gravy, this is water or soup. So, like, it shouldn't just fly out of the gravy, what is it called? It's got a name. The gravy train, I don't know. It should be like a roux and thick and like, you know, kind of slow down like a volcano. Lava, like, I don't know, that's kind of how I like my gravy. But back to Swiss Chalet, I still love the Swiss Chalet gravy, and I think they should just make it like available in a pop can. This sounds gross, but like a pop can that you could just open and pour on things. Like, I know people would drink that. Like, why don't I work there? I don't know. There and Taco Bell, can you sponsor me, please? No, for real. Did anyone get some syrup? Because I need some, I guess. There are so many squirrels out here. It's wild. It's like African lion safari of squirrels in my backyard. I don't know. I'm going to show you my backyard. It's not like... Still got some Christmassy things. Mr. David Flute himself, all the way from England. Okay, we're good. We're not done. Okay, so this is my, like, here. We're getting out. We're getting out of my isolation mobile. And I just want to show you my backyard because, like, I think it's cute. I want to get a hot tub, but I just don't want it. We live right on Adelaide Street, and I'm scared that there's going to be questionable people just in my hot tub one day, taking baths and using it. But that's my favorite part of here. There's a chimenea, which we found on the side of the road, believe it or not. Believe it. And this is a deck that my friend and his friend built in the summer for us, and I dug the holes. I had to dig 2 4-foot holes in the ground. It was fun. So they were like, this is gonna take you all day, and it took me an hour each hole, so don't underestimate the power of Eric Knight, because I can dig holes. And this is where the skunks live, in that hole there, speaking of holes. And yeah, this is basically my mini paradise backyard, and we have some string lights, and they go on at night, and they're pretty cute. Robin's like, I bought another set, and I'm like, seriously? Like, seriously. So, I'm going back to my isolation mobile. Hold on. Oh. There we go. Alright. Hello! Okay. One person's watching. That's just amazing. Well, I just wanted to say you guys rock, and thanks for paying attention to this psycho mess. And I don't know, like, I'm gonna take this off for a sec. So far, this is like my favorite haircut I've gotten in, like, I don't know, I've always been like, I want to change my look. And like really, really short on the sides, I think, is my new way to go. Like, normally I just let it go out, and I've had the same hairstyle for about 10 years. But I'm really liking this one. It's more refined. I feel a little more fancy. Feel better about it. Yeah, so I don't know what else there is to say. Like, are you allowed to go, like, jogging or yogging? Hello, Mr. Aaron. I don't know, like, what can you do? You can't stay home. Justin Trudeau himself texted me the other day and said stay home, so I think we all got that message, and I'm not special at all, but I'm taking it kind of seriously. Actually, I'm taking it seriously. Car, drive-through, work, home. That is it. Like, that's all I'm doing. Like, I haven't been to a grocery store for quite some time, but today might be the day I go to Dollarama, because, believe it or not, they sell Red Bulls there. And do I need Red Bulls? No. Do I want Red Bulls? Yes. Because Jeffree Star has influenced me way too much. And then Robin has never had an energy drink ever. So I was like, Robin, you gotta have some of this Red Bull. Just like take a little mini sip. And he was like, no. And I was like, yes. And then like I convinced him to put some on his lips. Like, he didn't even have to drink it. It was just like, I want you to get the sensation and the taste. And he thought it was gross. So that is kind of my story about that. What else? Like, I don't know. I don't know, folks. Like, this is it. I'm done my second double espresso. So since talking to you, I've had 4 espressos. Can you tell? I feel a lot better. I kind of want more. I don't know. I guess I should eat some food, actual not Dorito food, but not fast food either. I could make something. It's out and about with his whole family. I know, I saw that, and so was Edward Shear or whatever, and he took a private jet and all that. So don't get me started. Can I be real with you? I think Doug Ford is positioning himself to run for the next round. And my mom the other day was like, Doug Ford's doing a great job. And I'm like, yeah, maybe now because he doesn't have a choice. And I don't know, what else is there to do? Like, you know, there's not too much to do in that role anymore, like when everyone's staying home. So yeah, of course looks like he's doing great. And like, for sure, like I think he has stepped it up a bit, and like kudos to him. But I don't know. I know you're not, Aaron, a Trudeau fan whatsoever, and I think definitely, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I kind of am, and I know, right? But there are things he has done 1,000% that I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, different generation. Like, how old is he actually? Because like, I think it depends when you're born and what your priorities are, and you know, he comes from like that dynasty anyways, so oh, you never know. Like, you never know. That's what they said about Trump. Ford won't make it in. We'll see. Yeah, do you think Trump's gonna get in again? I kind of do. But if he picks like Bernie Sanders as a VP, then I think he has a standing chance. Because I don't really, but I don't know, the money's behind Trump again. Like, Trump just raised like $200-something million that last quarter, and like Obama only raised like, I don't know, something like 18 million in the whole time he was running or something. That's probably wrong. That is probably wrong. But like, Trump's killing it financially to get like back in, and I'm sure there's a lot of we're talking politics now. I know there's a lot about corporations that just want Trump, you know, and that's just how it's going to be, and hopefully not, but I'm not a big Trump supporter. Maybe you thought I was, but I'm not. Oh, he's 48? Okay, girl, he's killing it in the moisturizer game. I wish I was 48 and looked that decent, but I'm on the way, so we'll see. Moisturize, folks, because literally I'm 32, and people still sometimes ask me if I'm 24, so moisturizing since I was 16. If you want to talk about moisturizer, Matrixol 3000 is my secret. So if you just look up Matrixol 3000, it sounds crazy. Look it up, Matrixol 3000, because it is something I swear by. I bought it by mistake one time, and I literally watched my skin go and look totally different after I put it on. So I've been sticking with that. Like, I used to get it at Winners, and then now I found like this kind I like on Amazon. It's just in a smaller container, but whatever. Like, whatever works for you. Spend the money. I think it's worth it. Hello, Ashley. I don't know. So that's my skincare secret. And actually, honestly, for realsies, honestly, for shizzle, BoxyCharm, like, I canceled my BoxyCharm, and in the like drop down menu there was reasoning COVID-19. So you get to say, I'm canceling because I need to save my money for when things shut down. That's kind of cute. But for real, BoxyCharm is like, it's kind of like a mystery box, but you get 4 or 5 full-size products. My friend Tyler told me about it, and eventually I got on it. I wasn't sure. I originally got it for like eyeshadow. I was like on this like bender of eyeshadows, which I don't even wear eyeshadow. But now I have almost every Jeffree Star, and like I kind of know what's going on out there in eyeshadow land. And Morphe brushes. Get your Morphe brushes, because, you know, I think they're better brushes. What was I saying? I don't even know. Oh yeah, BoxyCharm. So like, you get this mystery box, and they're marketed as $25, but that's US dollars, and then you have to pay in for it. Oh, there's that guy. Did you see that guy? You didn't, because my waffle is in the way. The guy in the wheelchair who I almost kind of hit one time, because, you know, it's dangerous out there, and there's shrubs there, and it's just hard to see. But we're good. He was walking his dog, smoking a cigarette too. Just saying. And that was now. BoxyCharm Definitely, I would say it is a good investment if male or female, because if you're a male, you just get a ton of skincare products. Like, they give you an option, which I don't think they give you any options, but they're like, what do you like? Do you like moisturizer? Do you like serums? Do you like makeup? Like, what do you like? And then, like, really though, you can sell off the stuff that you get in those boxes. And you spend, it comes to $40. It says 25, but after everything, it's really 40. And there's some crazy expensive skincare products in them. Like, I've been getting like $200 serum, and serum and moisturizer are two different things. I believe serum is just like more concentrated, and like now I'm on the serum train. So like, I still will get a moisturizer, but I'm more, if you have the serum, wear the serum, right? Or put on the serum. And every morning I just put on something, like my skin feels dry, put it on, you'll feel good. And your skin will, like, thank you later. But I need to start doing my neck, because, like, I'm at the point where my hands look 1,000 because I've washed them so many times. Like, these are working man's hands. Like, these are old hands. Where did one find a waffle hat? That is a secret. No, I'll tell you. Halloween at Talese, I believe. Talese. Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need this. Jeez. Like, you know, like, why wouldn't Eric Knight have the waffle head, right? Like, it just makes morning coffee with Eric better, and other situations. But I was going to use it. Well, it's written into my next Trek finds, so if I ever get back to that, you'll see me doing more with the waffle head. But I thought I would surprise and delight you folks and show you a bit ahead of the curve, and give you some waffle Eric delight. So I don't know. My plan was to paint in between and like keep going and just have like waffle face in the face. Like, that's kind of my idea, but I don't know if we'll get there. But if Trek Finds gets off the ground again, season 3, which is really a continuation of season 2, I don't know. I want to film it differently. We're back to Trek Finds. Trek Finds! Yeah, I missed that show. But I have some good Trek Finds ready to go. Do it. Do it! Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need a makeup artist this time. I had my friend help me out before, and I mean, I paid him, and paid an editor, and I paid him, but I did the rest. Like, that was pretty cool. And there's something so rewarding to, like, building a story in your mind and putting it on paper and writing it all out, and then actually making it come to life, recording it, and, like, putting it out there. And, like I'm, like, so proud of just, like, the stupid shenanigans of Trek Finds, like, the last 4 episodes, or especially the last 2, especially the last one where I blow up President Dump. Like, that was just gold, like, to me. And then his hair escaped as the vessel, like, oh my. And fun fact about Trek Finds, that episode, the last 2 episodes, episode 18-19, I wrote it the day after I got beaten up. Do you remember in 2017, there was a lot of things that happened to me. There was the sushi thing that, Google my name, Eric Knight, London, Ontario. You will see what I'm talking about. Famous. And then CBC won a award for that story the following year because they were just new to London, Ontario. And then Eric Knight, London, Ontario. Look it up. Yeah. But we're friends now. I have smoothed that over. Joe and me are best buds. We're not best buds, but we are good friends. Well, we're not good friends, but we're friendly, and I have nothing against Joe. Like, I don't know, I learned a lot about just different people and, like, where they're coming from. And even if you have, like, a really, really shitty experience, if you take, like, some time, to get to know each other, like, anything's possible. Like, he asked me to do a commercial for his business, and I was, like, very nicely declined, but who knows? Like, you never know. Like, I don't know, I take that as a major compliment, and, yeah, like, Joe, Kamoki Express. And then, anyways, we're going back to what happened in truck finds. So that happened, and I feel like I was on, like, cloud 9 and feeling invincible. And then I went out, like, of course, drinking with my one friend, and then he left me at the end and was like, you ditched, which is all the time. But as I was walking home, my phone died, and I was walking in front of the YMCA, and there was, like, honestly, 15, 20 kids just outside, and they were calling each other the N-word a lot, and I didn't even think twice to, like, walk on the other side of the road or whatever. I'm like, these are kids. I'm about 16, 17. So I was just walking by, and then one of them was like, did you call, like, to me, did he call me, like, the N-word, like, to me? And I'm like, you know, kind of drunk, and I don't drink anymore, but, like, they said that to me, and I'm like, no, I didn't say anything. And then literally, one of the kids flipped me and kicked me, and I was on the ground. They were all kicking me in the face and kicking me in the ribs, and it was total ridiculous situation. Freaked me right out. So I did, like, you know, a ninja flip up, ADHD, Eric Knight, flip up, and then went running. Because I was like, I need to get out of this situation. This is, like, you know, too many kids against me. Like, it was dangerous. And went home, and I called the police, and they're like, do you want to file a police report? And I'm like, no, because I don't want to ruin these kids' lives. Or, well, I wouldn't ruin them, but, like, I don't want this to, you know, I didn't want to ruin these kids' lives. So I was like, I just need you to send a car and break this situation up. Ooh, I got the espresso burps. Or Dorito burps, I don't know. Whew. Woo! And then, so I guess they did that. I don't know. And then the next day, I had to film and write the President Dump episode. Like, I literally wrote it the next day and then filmed it the day of. You know, just, like, in this weird, like, I don't want to say it was PTSD, but there was something going on. Like, it was very much, for that week, it was weird. I remember being, hey, Sabrina, I was scared to be around people, and then I was also scared to be alone. So it was this weird, like, social anxiety feeling, because I had the crap kicked out of me. Like, I was all bruised, and, like, so the last episode, 1819, I filmed the day after I got the shit kicked out of me by 16, 17-year-olds. So that's a little behind-the-scenes truck finds information, if you wanted to know. Which nobody asked me. Nobody asked you. I don't know. Nobody asked. So that I thought was interesting to share. So back to BoxyCharm. I would say do it if you're male or female, because, like, honestly, you might get some sponges, you might get some eyeshadow. If you're a dude, you will. And you can give that to your loved ones. Give it to your mom, give it to your sister, give it to your aunt, give it to somebody, or sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Don't open it. It's open. Like, you'll get your $40 back for selling one of those items. And I've done that. Like, I scooted out to, St. Thomas and sold some setting powder because I already had enough Jeffree Star stuff, and I was like, I don't need this setting powder, and, like, it's piling up. So I think I've taken a break from the, oh, you're so sweet. Sabrina, you are the syrup to my waffle. Thank you. When are we making an album together, Sabrina? You let me know. Just let me know. You could be syrup and I will be waffle, and that will be the whole thing. Or a Christmas album. Like, I'd like to start somewhere, and, like, maybe just a single. I don't know. But, girl, I can sing too. I don't know. I think I can sing. I like comedy singing, like, where I'm, like, joke singing, but I think I am a comedy joke person. Like, I don't know. I'm jokes. Like, jokes my blokes. That's something I've always wanted to do. In my heart of hearts, I feel like I should be a comedian and write jokes and go on stage. And you know what's stopping me? I'm afraid. I've really come to realize, like, it's fear of failure that the reason I haven't done that, but I also have this, like, uncanny confidence that if and when I do decide to hit the stage, that I'm going to be successful and get famous. Like, I don't know. I just, like, have this, like, weird belief of, like, it's going to happen. Like, you know, and Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. It will. Hello, Mr. Jones. Jones calling, Mr. Jones. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents about all those things. All those things I talked about. What else? What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Like, I'm just running out of things because, you know, the espresso is probably wearing off. Maybe I should go back and get some more. No, I don't know. Yes, I know. Do you know? I don't know. So I'm just kind of dreading going back into the house because that's isolation land again, and I don't know what there is to do in there. Maybe I will. I gotta live stream my life some more because did you guys see that day where I went crazy? That was crazy. Like, I should just keep going and going crazy on live streams because, you know, what else is there to do? I don't know. I think my eye just went a little lazy there. Whoa. Yeah. I don't know. I've been doing those yoga live streams with Robin, which is helping me and then also making me quite sore between that and, like, working. So I feel like I haven't really stopped and my life hasn't changed at all. Like, to be real, my life hasn't changed at all. Like, other than going to, I don't know, I don't go to the mall. I'm not, like, a Masonville girl. I'm actually a White Oaks girl if I were to be a mall person. A mall rat. But I don't know, Team White Oaks Mall, which that mall needs help because it has been up for sale like 5 times in the last 10 years. So that's great. And I heard there's a certain place in there that might have, Chinese place that might have roaches. So that's great. I'm not going to name it, but you can message me and I'll let you know after. Don't eat there. I wouldn't. I love Sunrise. Like, I do like CDs. Like, I'm still into CDs. Give me a CD any day. I have 2 Ariana Grande CDs, and I don't really even love Ariana Grande. So, what's that about? I don't know. What are you guys doing today? Like, do you have to work? Are you off? Are you in isolation? Of course you are. Help me in isolation. This is great. Wow! That is a look. Unicorn. Unicorn hair. Don't care. Art pop. Oh my god. I am serious about art pop. My art pop could mean anything. Da 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 la la. I love art pop, and it triggers my mom and the puke artist, but that's fine. She's a trigger herself. Art pop, I think, is the best Lady Gaga album. Still standing. Let's get into that. It's changed my world. No, for real. I would, like, literally, in my old vehicle, it didn't leave my CD player. It was always in there, and my friend we're not friends anymore. He was like, you need to get some new music, man. And I was like, no. And, did you know Art Pop, like, she had such backlash. I'm so sorry, Gaga. She had such backlash that there was supposed to be Art Pop 1 and 2, and, like, part 2 never came out, and she just went a whole different Joanne direction, which, like, bless her, like, I didn't buy that CD, it wasn't my type of music. Like, I like, you know, a good pop star doing pop things, doing pop music, puke artist. Okay, maybe not the puke artist, but, yeah, I love, like, good, like, Crazy Britney, like, just do some more of that. Like, ooh, my feet are cold in this SUV! It's fine. I'm gonna stay in here for you, my fans, only fans. Yeah, Art Pop was supposed to be a 2-part album, and like, even like, I don't know. I didn't like Swine at first, but now Swine. Like, I love all of it, and even that R. Kelly song. I'm sorry, R. Kelly. Like, I don't support you, but it's a Lady Gaga song, so I support Lady Gaga. And the Super Bowl. It was great. It was great for me. What was with Shakira and J-Lo? I don't know. Adam Levine? I don't know. Just bring back, like, Janet Jackson, get your ass back to the Super Bowl. JT, you did her dirty, and I'm still not over that. Hello, Mr. Ramsey. We meet again. I love your eyebrows. Seriously. Revolutionary. For realsy. Like, don't let anyone give you a hard time. I don't know why you did that, but I might do that too, because that was the bomb. So, yes. Art pop. Like, I think there's still some... Oh, and then she did Joanne, and then she came out with this... I'm not sure what the next album, or this album, is going to be like, because the single she came out with just sounds like Born This Way to me, with the different words and things, like, I don't know, like, it's grown on me and I like it, like, for sure. Like, at first it was like, what the hell is this? Like, you know, because I was looking for it to push the envelope again, and it wasn't doing that, but... It's fine. Like, maybe there's more to come. Like, she did pause her album release date, which is fine. Janet Jackson I'm supposed to see in June, July, or something like that. I think, oh, I've got ticket insurance, because I don't think that's going to happen. And anytime you get a Jackson involved, they will change their minds and do flaky things. And I'm probably going to be waiting for 4 hours, and then she's like, never mind. So, like, that's most likely going to happen. Or she'll just cancel it ahead of time and do me the decency and letting me know. That would be great if I didn't have to go to Toronto for that. Yeah. But I love all the Jacksons. Anything Jackson. Like, Michael Jackson, let's go to there. Michael Jackson is one of my favorite celebrities, like, of all time. Whether you thought he was a child molester or not, let me just break this down for you what I know. So I don't think he was, but I think he could have been. I think he put himself in those positions where he could have been. I'm getting very serious. I don't think he was. Because, okay, the first kid, Jordy Chandler or something, remember when they blocked his name and he couldn't say it? Yeah, it's Jordy! He, like, as soon as Michael died, like, in that cloud of shit, he was like, no, actually, Michael Jackson didn't molest me. So he said that after the fact. And then he said his dad and his mom were, like, getting divorced, and his dad pushed the situation onto him to make him say all that shit. So, like, who was his dad, like, involved with, working for, what, like, fucking person, I swear, what person, like... I don't know, like, people see somebody who's, like, a rising star or a top star, and then they just want to leech onto that and take it down. I totally understand that, but don't mess with my Michael, please. Like, you messed him up so bad. And, like, he was already a bit of a mess, like, before that, a lot of a mess, total mess, a big mess. But, like, Jordy said he didn't do it. And then, when he said that and put that out, the dad killed himself! The dad killed himself! Yeah, so why'd he kill himself? Because he didn't molest his son! That's why, okay? So I don't think Michael Jackson was a child molester, okay? Just saying. And then when they raided his house... Okay, we're gonna get back to this. When he raided his house... I have too much going on in this waffle head. They didn't find any child pornography. The only thing they found that was, like, child pornography-ish was, like Leonardo da Vinci art books of, like, angel babies in books half naked. So there's something. And then what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, the one questionable thing about that whole raid and the whole situation where I'm like, okay, that is weird, was something, I don't know, this is weird. You know, the penis mark. So Mike, I don't know if you know, let me fill you in. So in the first time this didn't happen, the police, like, literally stripped Michael naked and took photos of his body and shamed the shit out of him, and he had, like, some discolorment on his penis. And then the kid said he knew about it, and there was that link. So that I am still not sure how he knew that, if he's saying it never happened and his dad killed himself. So there's the question that I have about that. So, yeah, yes. So, I don't know. That's just the one thing where I'm like, hey, that's weird. Hello! Are you okay? No, I'm not. I had 2 of these, and I'm probably going back for more. Miss Roxy Rhymes, this is what you're missing out. These are my Facebook Lives. Hello! Like, you know, sorry, I do my own thing. I don't beat to anybody's drum but my own. So you're gonna learn that about me. I'm weird. So embrace my waffle weirdness because it's a thing. It's a thing. Hello, Mr. Stewart. I have 2 Stewarts, Chad and Tyler Stewart. Maybe you're related. You're probably not. I have another Eric Knight on my Facebook, spelled exactly the same. So it looks like I'm liking my own shit, but I'm not. It's Eric Knight, number 2. Which I am number 1. Just saying. Are there 4 people up in here? Work it out. I don't care if there's 6, 12, 100 people. This is going to be posted so everybody can see my insanity or my Linsanity when Lindsay Lohan went crazy. TMZ called it Linsanity. Now back to Michael and TMZ. The last TMZ video that they have of Michael Jackson, look it up. It's like him gearing up for This Is It tour, and TMZ was like, Michael, are you still able to moonwalk? And then he's like wearing his mask and stuff, and he's getting into his limo. Whoa. And he was like, why wouldn't I be able to? And then he gets in the car. Like, that was it from TMZ. So that is great. Why wouldn't I be able to still moonwalk? Like, state of mind. And there's like all these weird reports of like Michael, like if you like look up Michael Jackson's autopsy, that is a treat. So did you know in the 83 Pepsi commercial, this is where he went crazy, like full out crazy. In the 83 Pepsi commercial, Michael like burned his hair performing with his brothers, the Jackson 5, and his hair caught on fire, but that's when he started using like drugs or actually started they put him under with the propofol, the anesthetic. I know, right? And then he didn't want it at first, and then the pain was too unbearable, and then he was like, okay, give me some more of that shit. So allegedly after that, I don't want the Jacksons coming after me, but allegedly that's when he got addicted to like medications and things like that, and like I believe that. But then like somehow he was able to find that at home, which like that was a surgical anesthetic that you like couldn't get out of the hospital. And like if you thought in the 90s when Michael Jackson was like just crazy and weird, if you were to say, yeah, he was just like using surgical anesthetic to sleep and that's how he was gonna die, like from his plastic surgeries and stuff, like I don't know, I feel like that would be a big joke, but like it was serious, and you know, he's no longer with us, and bless his MJ soul. So back to Michael's autopsy. If you look it up, he was bald. After the Pepsi fire, 83, I believe, he's totally freaking bald. He had little peach fuzzes and, like, bald. So, and they were doing, ballooning, I don't know what it's called, but it's like skin grafts that they do this. Like, if you watch Botch, they do this, like, with people. So they put a balloon under your skin, and they blow it up to stretch out the skin to get more skin, and then they take out the skin and put it places to skin graft. That is a thing. So Michael actually had a freaking balloon under his head, and they were doing that up until the day he died. So that was, like, 80s, 90s, 2000 to 2009. So that was, like, what, 25 years? Not 30. Yeah, over 30 years of ballooning and stuff, because he obviously was like totally addicted. But he was trying to get his like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers with that one. But his lips were tattooed on, his eyebrows, his like eyeliner was tattooed on, and that was like a common thing in the 80s for performers to do. And then I also read this thing where Michael was like, you know, like partied with Andy Warhol in studio, was it Studio whatever, 54. More squirrels! Hi! Yes, there's lots of squirrels here in my sanctuary of my backyard. This is where I'm sitting in my car in my backyard. Just came home from drinking delicious things, and I'm getting distracted. Wow, girl, this is like a lot of talking. Like last time I did all this talking, I couldn't talk the next day, but it didn't stop me from talking more. But, I don't know, where was it going with this? Michael Jackson's tattooed face. Yeah, Michael Jackson. And then, yeah, he did have, like, you know, those plastic surgery incisions behind his ears. Just look up his autopsy. It was weird, but I don't think his nose fell off like people said. I don't know. And they definitely, like, he was rebuilding his face again and again, like, when he was about to This Is It tour. So there was some weird leveling out shit going on about fixing his nose, and then, like, he just Botoxed his nose too to get it to go to one side. That was a thing. I don't know, it was messed up. And then I also have this 3D, this is cool, this limited edition This Is It, that is, so it's supposed to be a 3D concert, like, what, there was all these 3D moments, and if you were to go to the show, if it were ever to happen, it didn't happen. Yeah, so he was supposed to have these elements of 3D, and the audience was more interactive, and at the time, revolutionary. And I missed my 3D TV. I broke it accidentally. Long story. Spaz. I'm a spaz. And, like, they came out with This Is It, and then I have, like, it's like demo use only. You're not supposed to be sold. I found a copy of This Is It with the 3D elements in the Blu-ray, which I think is really cool. So that is my story about that. I don't know what else. Like, what else is there to talk about? Like, Merry Easter, everybody. I just had my whole Michael Jackson moment out. Get it out of my system. Even LaToya Jackson, like, she could have, if she put herself together and positioned herself right, I think she, you know, a waffle lot about MJ. Yeah, I do. I know too much about MJ. It's disgusting. I used to be like this with Britney Spears too. It was like Michael Jackson news refresh like every day back then until he died. So that was fun. I was totally obsessed. And with Britney, I was like, Britney, what are you doing? And she was like talking in an English accent, walking around barefoot in a 7-Eleven, locking herself in the bathroom for 2 hours. That was a thing. And the tabloids back then were gold. Like, oh my gosh. Like, Britney's dating the paparazzi, and, like, he's managing her career, and, like, Sammy Elf or whatever his name was. I don't know. I don't like reading. I just, like, sort of read words, and then just, like, my mind just makes the rest of them up. Reading and spelling and math, those aren't my strong points at all. So maybe I should get in there and start reading some more books, because, you know, gotta expand your brain, you know? I don't know, is it too late for me? 32. I don't think it's ever too late to learn new skills, like cutting hair, or how to moonwalk. Robin knows how to moonwalk, which is very interesting to me. I'm like, how? And teach me, and he still hasn't taught me. And we're like, what, 9 years in? That's great. Heather! Hello! And, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about getting a newer SUV, but I don't know. I saw, like, somebody driving the same one, white, looked like it was just clean, driving down the road, and I'm like, girl, you sexy, and I'm just gonna leave mine alone. I don't know. I don't like the one. This is a 2011 Toyota RAV4. It has, like, the Jeep style fancy tire on the back with the nice cover, and then I really liked it, and I had to have it. I'll tell you how I got it. So I started saving my money, and I got up to $5,000. This thing goes for about 10. And I was like, no, Dad, I don't want just a basic Toyota. Like, my dad, and all my, first time Mercedes. I was obsessed with Mercedes. I wanted the MLK, was it 3500? I was obsessed, like, literally obsessed. Because to me, Mercedes, my dad worked at Mercedes for 30 years, and it was one of those things I was like, I don't know, to me it's like you're, like, more successful or project success, like, to have a vehicle like that. And, like, some people it's Audi or BMW, but it's also the German vehicle, and there is a difference between a Mercedes made in Germany and one over here. If it's over here, it's crap. If it's made in Germany, it's a tank. And that's just general rule of thumb. Like, I'm not gonna say that they don't have problems, but, like, definitely if you can get one from Germany and import it over here, that's the way to go with Mercedes. So I was all about Mercedes. I was saving for about, I don't know, 6 months a year. like just trying to figure out what vehicle I wanted. And then I have my dad's a mechanic, and he's like, just don't do it. You're gonna regret it. Don't do it. And then, like, I talked to my friend Matt, and he's a mechanic, and he's like, don't do it. You're stupid. And I was like, but Mercedes! Like, so I was like all about the Mercedes life and being a bougie queen, and I eventually sunk in that I don't have $1,000, $2,000 for every problem that happens. Like anything is like $1,000 to $2,000. And I know you can go to an authorized dealership and get, like, it's like not going to Mercedes, you're going to somebody who's authorized by Mercedes to, like, do the work on your car. But why? Like, why blow my money on car fixing up? I don't know. I don't want to do that. So I ended up getting Toyota because my dad was like, Toyota. And then, like, it's pretty common knowledge that, like, it's like Honda, Toyota are like the two best. And the more research I did, there's this guy on YouTube, Scotty Tippin, I don't know, maybe that's not right. Scotty on YouTube is an older guy, and he's like, Toyota, and just everybody was saying Toyota, so I was like, okay, let me look into this. And then, like, I had about $5,000, and it was like, nah, I don't want to. Like, the cars that I was seeing was like a 2005, 2007, like, I don't know, I could get one there, but I want a nicer one. Like, I just was like, I really, really wanted an SUV. My mom and my dad never had one. They had a van and a car, and that was it. And to me, I thought it was really cool, just getting that in between. And I just like a bigger vehicle myself. Like, I don't have kids or need it, but I like hauling shit around and finding stuff on the side of the road. So, like, I'm into flipping things, like, if you haven't noticed. So I do, like, makeup, or, like, one time I found, like, a whole bunch of wine crates on the side of the road, and I just put them in my backyard, and it was like, hey, like, $50 everybody, like, $50 for the whole pile, who wants it? And literally somebody bought it. So, like, I don't know, I spy with my little eyes something that is collectible or weird, and I want it. So I can't just stick that in my trunk of my car. I need a bigger vehicle. So I didn't get a Mercedes. I ended up going for a nicer Toyota because I was like, all right, Mercedes, I can't do this. This is going to be stupid if I do. My dad's going to literally shame me about this car all the time and be like, I don't want to work on this or whatever. Like, he's a great guy, but he's like, oh, you know, he's set in his ways, and I respect that, and so am I. Like, Mercedes. So I ended up with Toyota. I went for a RAV4 because out of all of them, I was like, okay, like the it's like 2005 to 2012, that variation of the RAV4, and there was like a mid-level refresh, but there was things I had to have in a vehicle. I had to have leather seats. Like, no matter what, it had to be leather. I will not have another cloth vehicle again, cloth seats, because cloth, it just smells like whatever's in the car or whoever's in the car. It's just not as nice. Like, it's just not as nice. So I ended up finding this 2011 Toyota RAV4 on Kijiji. But before we go there, I saved like $5,000 that I needed a new roof, so I split that with Robin, so I was down to $3,000, and then I was like, okay, I went to the bank and I took out a line of credit. I did, for $7,000. So they were like, you can go up to 10, but I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to pay off 10, but 7 I can manage. You know, and I thought, okay, so instead of going to a dealership, here's my whole thing. If you're going to get a car, it's so much better to do it this way. Instead of going to a dealership and paying, like, a used car guy, because I wouldn't get a new vehicle ever. Like, I just don't think that's smart. But if you got, like, a used vehicle and you still had to drive off the lot and make car payments, you still have to make a minimum of, like, I'm comfortable paying about $200 bi-weekly. That's just it. I didn't want to pay 4 or 3. 2. 2 is my thing. And I still wasn't really, like, comfortable with that, on top of insurance, on top of gas. Like, that's just a lot. So I checked out my options, and I went to the bank, and I asked about a line of credit, and they said I had perfect credit, which is, like, great. Because in 2017, one of my New Year's resolutions, or 15 or 17, was to pay off my debts. So I had, like, Rogers bills and stupid things from my early 20s that I just let to go to collections, didn't matter. And then there was about 3 or 4, like 2 Rogers bills and a London Hydro bill. So I just started actively paying that off, or actually I put it in a savings account. So if you have like, owe a collections agency money, put it in your savings account, because there's two ways of doing this. You could pay, like, say, Rogers, but you have to pay the interest on top of the debt interest. So that's just more money you're just throwing out the window. But if you go to the original owed person... No, wait, it's the other way around. So if you pay, like, Rogers, you have to have the full amount. Or London Hydro, you have to have the full amount of what you owe. But if you go to like a collections agency and you want to pay them that way, you're like, yeah, you can make little payments here and there, but you have to pay more. You have to pay like the extra interest on top of the, like, I don't know, it made no sense to me. So I just put in my savings account what I owed on the actual bill itself, and then I just called up Rogers to say, hey, I have the full amount, I'm going to pay you, and pay them. But the big trick is you need to get them, and they don't always know what this means. You need to get them to send a release form. So when you owe debt and it goes to collections, you have to get it a release form, or at least have it released from the debt people. And a lot of people don't, like, a lot of people on that side don't even know what I'm talking about. So I call back sometimes 2 times and be like, hey, did you guys send me the release form? So get the release form, because if you ever were to say, like, okay, I want to, like, get a credit card or whatever, they'll ask you, like, hey, like, do you have proof you were released from this debt? And, like, sometimes they literally just don't process it properly, like, the people you owe. So, yeah, it's a lot of money talk, I know. Anyways, Toyota RAV4, I got my 7 thou of my line of credit, and I literally just owe like $40 and maybe $100 a month in my interest. So I always try to pay, like, right now I'm just actively paying off my Visa. So, like, I'm almost there. Like, I'm just gonna keep going. And once that's done, I'm just gonna work on my line of credit, and then everything's paid off. And then I'm gonna use that line of credit for a down payment on a second mortgage, for a rental property, because I wanna be a landlord, but I want to own more homes. Robin and I have this one, but I don't know, even if it's like in St. Thomas or Sarnia, I'm good with that. Because, you know, as a first-time home buyer, you get 5% down. Like, if you file, like, yeah, so if you are buying a house, you get 5%. All of what the house is $300,000-$400,000. You just need 5% of that. But if you're not a first-time home buyer, you have to pay 20%. And if you're a couple and you do it together, like, say Rob and I bought the house together on the mortgage, we both lose our first-time home buyer. So the smart way to do it is to add me a year after. So that's what we did. So I still have my first-time home buyer, and it refreshes every 7 years. So he gets one, then I get one, and he can get one, and I get one. That's a good way to do that. And I heard if you buy 10 homes, fix them up, and sell them, you're gonna get your house paid off, and it's basically free. So that's just my way of thinking. I'm just trying to think about my, like, future and my life, and, like, where I want to go, and, like, the things I want to accomplish. Like, I'm now kind of shifting to, like, I need to get out of London, Ontario, and I want to travel. Like, I've never really seen the world or done anything like that, and I want to get more, like, real world experience and just travel a little bit, like, maybe to, like, I don't know, anywhere. That would be nice. So, yeah. Oh my! Okay, I've been chatting for a while. I'm gonna get off this thing, and definitely gonna make some more coffee, and I'll probably live stream something else in a little bit later. You know I will. Maybe it'll be a paint book live. Maybe I'll go crazy on Facebook Live again. I don't know. But you guys, thank you for tuning in, and have a waffle day, and I will see you soon. Mwah.